Bitcoin's price is skyrocketing. Some experts believe that it will hit $1 million by 2030. But here's the thing, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. In this video today, I'm going to show you 5 ways to buy Bitcoin. And on top of that, at the very end, I'm going to give you my own price predictions for 2025 and 2030. And I'm going to break down each method and show you precise companies that you can use to go and buy a fraction of a Bitcoin today. But before we begin, can we please ask you to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse and help us grow the channel? Now, let's begin. First up, let's blow the myth out of the water. And that myth is that you need to buy whole Bitcoins. This is not the case. You can buy Satoshis. 1 Bitcoin equals 100 million Satoshis. So if Bitcoin is worth $100,000, just 100 gets you 0.001 Bitcoin or 100,000 Satoshis. Many platforms let you start with as little as $1. That means anyone can invest no matter what your budget is. So let's start off then with method number 1, the easiest way to buy Bitcoin, and that is using a cryptocurrency exchange. Cryptocurrency exchanges are platforms where you can buy, sell, and trade Bitcoin directly. My top picks: Crypto.com, Binance, and Kraken. Crypto.com is super beginner friendly and it's available in over 100 countries and lets you start from as little as $1. Binance has incredibly low fees and also works globally, while Kraken is great for more advanced users with top-notch security. Pros of using a crypto exchange: they're easy to use. They support fractional Bitcoin, and all of those mentioned have mobile apps. What are the cons? Well, the fees. Crypto.com, especially if you use the app, charges you a spread. What does that mean? It means that they take 2 or 3% of the transaction as a fee. So if you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, you're likely to end up with $97 to $98, unless you're a little bit more advanced and you can go and use the Crypto.com exchange. And a pro tip of using any of these centralized exchanges is make sure you've got all of your security settings turned on. Method number 2 then is an online brokerage or an online bank, something like Robinhood or Revolut, for example. Robinhood and Revolut both offer very low commission trading of Bitcoin. Normally, you can buy £1 or $1. Perfect for beginners. They also allow you to buy your Bitcoin alongside other cryptos such as Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, but you can also buy stocks through them. Pros? Well, it's simple, just like the crypto exchanges, and you don't need a separate crypto wallet. Cons? You can't transfer your Bitcoin to a personal wallet. However, in the case of Revolut and Robinhood, this is coming soon. Also, the crypto features are very limited. You can normally just buy on spot. However, both of these are incredibly good for dipping your toe in. But, in my personal opinion, not great for long-term holding because you don't physically hold the underlying asset. Number 3, and one you may have heard about over the last 18 months, and that is ETFs, exchange traded funds. These exchange traded funds track Bitcoin's price and are pretty much traded like stocks. For example, ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF is managed by the incredible Cathie Wood's ARK Invest, or BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust for institutional grade trust. Pros: they are regulated. You can also buy fractional shares and no wallet is needed. Cons, you will pay a management fee, but this is very low, 0.25% to 0.4% per annum. Also, you don't own your actual Bitcoin. However, this is ideal if you want exposure to Bitcoin's price without the crypto hassle. Very similar to the online banking method we've just mentioned. Method number 4, and probably the most complex one of all, is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer platforms like Paxful and Local Bitcoins let you buy your Bitcoin directly from other people. Paxful supports tons of payment methods: PayPal, gift cards, even cash. Local Bitcoins uses escrow for safety, but is shifting to new models in 2025. Pros, very flexible, easy to use for small purchases, but the fees are very high. The risk of scams is also very high, and it's very slow. If you do go down this route for whatever reason, for wherever you're based, if you can't get to online banks, if you can't get to an exchange, then this is one of the only options available to you. But make sure you always use escrow and check the seller's reputation before trading, the same way you would check a seller if you were buying on eBay. And finally, option number 5 is cash apps. Mobile payment apps such as Cash App and PayPal. You probably already use these for everyday payments, but they also let you buy Bitcoin. Cash App is by block, lets you buy again as little as $1 worth of Bitcoin with low fees. You can even send the Bitcoin to others. PayPal is probably the best option. Available in nearly every country, it has a simple interface. The pros of using these are, of course, it's convenient, it's beginner friendly, and supports fractional Bitcoin. Very similar again to the online banking and online brokerages. Cons, again, fees can add up and you may not be able to transfer Bitcoin to external wallets in some regions. However, this is absolutely perfect if you want to start small and keep things simple. Now I've given you the 5 options on how to buy Bitcoin. What does Mystic Mike think about the price of Bitcoin in 2025 and 2030? Well, first of all, none of this is financial advice. These are only my opinions and you should take them with a pinch of salt. So what are my predictions? Well, Cathie Wood believes that the bear case is $300,000, the base case is $710,000, and the bull case is $1.5 million for 2030. However, if institutions allocate 5% to Bitcoin, she believes a $3.8 million Bitcoin is on the cards. Standard Chartered, they have predicted 500,000 by 2028, 600 to 800,000 by 2030. And finally, Coinpedia estimates 380 to 900,000. What's driving all of these prices? Institutional adoption, Bitcoin ETFs, and the fixed supply of 21 million, of which there are only 19 million in circulation. But there are, of course, many risks along the way. Regulations, volatility, change in governments, quantum computing maybe, although Michael Saylor has said that that is not a problem. So what are my predictions for Bitcoin? 2025, I believe we will go to around about $150,000. That is an increase from today of just under 50%. By 2030, with institutional demand, with the strategic Bitcoin reserve, with the ETFs in full flow, I see no reason why we can't go between $400,000 and $500,000. We are a long way from taking over gold's position in number 1 spot. Gold is coming in around 20 trillion, Bitcoin 2 trillion. So I expect Bitcoin to get towards 10 trillion in 5 years' time. That's still another 10 trillion away from gold, but you have to remember gold has been around for for a very long time, and Bitcoin has only been around for a few years. They are my predictions. Don't hold me to them. So there you have it, the 5 best ways to buy Bitcoin in 2025. Use exchanges like Crypto.com or Binance for flexibility. Brokerages like Revolut or Robinhood for simplicity. ETFs like ARK21 shares or the BlackRock ETF. Peer-to-peer platforms like Paxful if you can't access exchanges. And if you want to start very, very small, Cash App or PayPal. You don't need a whole Bitcoin to get started, just $1. And of course, the right way of buying it. So which method are you going to try? Drop a comment below with your favorite way to buy Bitcoin. Let me know whether you've found this video helpful, and let me know if there are any other starter beginner videos that you want us to make on this channel. Remember, it's still early days. Bitcoin and the crypto industry is still very young, and speculation is driving the prices. But Bitcoin is here to stay. And I've given you 5 methods today where you can buy into Bitcoin from as little as $1. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. I've been Mike. You have been great. Adios.